you anticipate sort of being on a play count, kind of like you were last week?
Yeah, there's. We're still discussing it, but what I'll say is I'll definitely be playing.
The last week, Tuli he really showed out. And what did you think about his game?
Oh, I love Tuli. I think he does everything right, everything you can ask for out of a rookie and more. Everything you could ask for out of any player, honestly. He's just great. He's in his book. He knows everything. He's been playing the spinner and the rabbits package, so he knows. He just knows his stuff really well. You could plug him in any position, and he's going to do his job. At the same time, he just really wants to learn and get better, which I've said this before, but he's like a sponge, and he just practices his craft really hard every single day, really consistently, and I think he's getting better fast. So it's a great addition. I keep saying that. I'm really high on Tuli for sure.
Did he stop calling you sir?
He'll say sir every once in a while. I mean, he just turned 21, so he's still a little guy. Like, he was kind of shocked seeing all the players on the other team last week. I'm like, come on now, we're competing against these guys. But yeah, it's cool to see. Makes me feel older, which isn't fun, but it's pretty interesting that I've been in this game for a while now. It's hard to imagine, but yeah, he's a great addition.
So he was just reacting to the other guys.
Yeah, he's like, oh, DeAndre Hopkins, oh my God. I'm like, shut up, Tuli. Come on. No, it just reminds me. I remember Nick was mic'd up for one of his games, and he tackled Julio Jones, and he's like, "Wow, Julio Jones" or whatever. So I could understand it.
You have a moment like that?
Not that I can think of specifically, but I mean, yeah, probably maybe getting Tom Brady down is always one that comes to mind, and him kind of talking to me like I've been doing it for a long time, even though it was like my second year or whatever it is. No, it's definitely surreal. I was probably more just focused on not messing up and trying to do my job out there when I was a rookie. But yeah, no, it's funny. It's funny to see Tuli's reactions.
Sorry if you were asked this already, but just the 2 sacks that you had on Sunday. Like, how much do you attribute to just being as fresh as you were? Like playing with a limited snap count, like was that a factor at all?
No, I think the factor is that I mean I went in there, I executed my job, and the defense did a great job. I mean it was a game that Tuli did a great job running with me, so I didn't get touched hardly coming through. And the other one, he was flushed right out to me. I did a good job setting the edge with power, and you know, I think that's a big emphasis on defense, is that all we need to do is do our job. 11 is 1, and you don't have to do anything crazy. And if you do your job the way you can do it, then the plays are going to come to you, and you're gonna get on the stat sheet no matter how many plays you play. But it's always good getting that first sack, no matter how it comes. But yeah, it's as you can see in my celebration, it's fun celebrating with my teammates right now. Tuli was upset that he had to go run to punt return, because he's like, man, I just want to celebrate with you, Joey. Which is he's the best. But yeah, it was a fun game until, you know, stuff kind of hit the fan.
Joey, speaking to Justin and Derwin this week, they said it's not about panicking, it's about staying together, focusing on the next opponent. Just what are your thoughts on that?
No, of course. I mean, every week is the same. 0-2, 2-0, coach was saying. I mean, if you look back at the film and we make a couple plays here and there, we still have the same problems that we need to address, whether we're 0-2 or 2-0. So you just have to have the right perspective on how things are going. You can't get too high, can't get too low, and you can't ride the wave like everybody's been saying. But yeah, it's still only 2 games. I mean, this is obviously a huge game for both teams this week. But yeah, just to pretend that 2 weeks is the defining, is going to define your entire season. It's just not. I mean, it can if you shut down. but you could also use this moment to come together, which I think the guys have been great. The energy's been good. Nobody's been feeling sorry for themselves or whatever. So yeah, we're feeling good.
Khalil, after watching the film from Sunday, did you come away encouraged with how you guys played and how you responded from Miami?
I mean, it was some positive things out there that we were doing. A lot of things we inflicted on ourselves, whether it was penalties and just understanding how teams want to attack us in certain situations. And playing better situational football is going to help us this week as well.
How about Tuli? What have you seen from him and his growth in the last couple of weeks?
Tuli a baller, man. He's a gamer. When the lights cut on, man, he's ready to go. And that's all you can ask for a guy that's 20, just turned 21 a couple weeks ago. And he's going out there and playing grown man football.
With you and Joey and him on the field at the same time, what does that challenge present for the opposing offense?
Say that. What is the what?
With you, Joey, and Tuli on the field at the same time, the
yeah.
three guys, what challenge does that create for the?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I wanted to happen consistently, to where, yeah, we've been effective. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, no matter who's on the field. The challenge is the challenge, but all in all, we want to win ball games by getting to the quarterback and affecting him and getting turnovers and putting the ball in number 10 hands.
Has there been a different sense of urgency this week with how y'all started?
I mean, I feel like it's always a sense of urgency, especially when you come off losses, because you feel it a lot more when it comes to taking L's and learning from what you see on the film. It's magnified, and so just understanding that talk is talk, coming out here and putting the action and on the field is the only thing I care about, making sure these guys kind of get out of that funk and get ready to play another game.
I'm not asking you to give away like strategy or anything like that, but
Yeah.
when you look at the film, do you see stuff from the team or from you where you kind of go like, damn, like why are we continuing to do this, or why are we continuing to make these mistakes that are contributing?
That's the
to
thing,
losses?
man. I feel like everything is different. Everything is situational. Whether it's a penalty on third and long, or whether it's just understanding not to get cracked on P10 and overtime for me. And so it's just things like that, man. Just learning from those mistakes, knowing how they want to attack us. It all play in our hands whenever, especially this week. We kind of know what we're gonna get. Whether they switch it up or not with new running back or not is on them, but we'll be ready for it.
This team, obviously, before the season, I know you see most of the outside stuff, but this team is expected to be a contender, expected to be one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
Do you still feel like this team could get there?
Absolutely, man. There's no doubt in my mind. The doubt comes from everybody outside of the building. We know what we have, we know what we're capable of, and it's time to show it and stop talking so much.
So the crack toss in overtime, that you mentioned that after the game.
Yeah.
Even after watching that back on film, you felt like that's a play you
Oh
should
man, I was
have
pissed off, man. I was pissed off at myself because I was waiting on it all game, and it just so happened they pulled it out at the end, and so yeah, it's just one of those things, man. You look back on it and you like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You know that you could have been a factor on that play, but it is what it is. You got to learn from it and move forward.
What could you have done differently? I guess diagnosed it like before
Yeah,
the play, basically.
they lined him up there all game.
Right.
That was last week. I can't focus
Yeah,
on it. It is what it is.
You're used to seeing Cook from playing in the division, but how much has that offense changed? Cook isn't there anymore. Rudolph's retired. Thielen isn't playing there.
They do some of the same things, man. They still got 30 back there. That's Ham, I believe. They like to do a lot of things with their tight ends and like you said, they got 18 back there now. So it's different, but I feel like they still do some of the same things.
What was it like seeing K9 get the sack? I think it was like 2.1 seconds, one of the quickest sacks in a while.
I mean, he walked. They let him walk right back there and hit him. So that was good. That was a great play by him. Wish he would have got the ball out so I could have picked it up and scored with it.
Well, you've hit a number of quarterbacks in in your career, just with the roughing the passer calls that you guys got, is there any sense of like wanting a little more consistency maybe in how they call it, or do you look at those plays like from Bash and from and see something to correct?
Yeah, you see inconsistencies in those calls, but it's up to us to be smart in those situations. Like I said, situational football, 3rd and long, you see he just threw it up, got rid of it. Nobody was there to catch it, and so Bash don't know that in that situation. He's just playing fast, but just understanding the situation, you can't get a push on him, especially if it feels late. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it was late. But the ref, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's sort of what I'm getting at. How challenging is that? Because your mindset when you're rushing the passer has to be go, 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 go. How do you correct that? Like, how do you keep that in the back of your mind and still play with that type of tenacity that you need to rush the passer effectively?
I feel like it's a fine line, man. It's a fine line, and you have to understand situational football. If that doesn't happen, we off the field right there. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just being a lot smarter situationally is going to help us.
You're 0-2, but these are 2 games that probably could have been victories without a doubt.
I mean, two losses not going to define our season, so we're just going to keep bouncing back and keep getting better. I felt like we got better from the first game to the second game, so we're just going to keep improving and come out with a dub soon. So
their last game against Philly, I think they put up 28, but they spread the ball around. I mean, they had 7 receivers catch at least 2 passes, so he's a very experienced quarterback. What do you see when you look at the Vikings on offense?
I mean, we got to treat every team the same, like in terms of like stopping the run first and being able to earn the right to rush the passer. So I mean, we got to do what we got to do to stop the run and get after them when it's 3rd down and take our. We got to help other guys in the back, so we got to get there, get home.
I asked Brandon if there was one ingredient he thought was missing about why you guys are 0-2 and not 2-0, and he said, when you have a lead, we need to finish and not relax. Do you see that a little bit in what's going on these first 2 games?
I mean, you see it on TV. I mean, you see it when you watch the game. But I feel like we come with the right mindset every time we hop on the field. But we just got to execute a little bit better and just keep practicing. That's why we out here today and tomorrow and try to get ready for Sunday. So.
You feel like you learn something new like almost every Sunday in this league, coming in here right now?
For me, being a young dude, I'm trying to learn everything, and everything seems kind of different. It was the first away game last week, and it was just kind of crazy just seeing everybody, how loud that stadium was. So I know it's going to be louder this week. So, just a whole lot of stuff to learn, just being the young dude. So.
How tough is their offense to defend? They had their last game where they put up, I think, 28 against Philly. They had 7 guys with multiple receptions in that game. So
sure.
He knows how to spread it around. He's a veteran guy. Tell me what you see when you look at them on film.
Oh, I mean, I actually know the head coach because the Rams. He's an exceptional coach. He does such a great job with Cousins and using the one and only Justin Jefferson. And they got another great tight end. I mean, they do a great job. I think the biggest thing is just going to be consistency with us all around, not just in one area, and just continue to grow in that area, each down, not getting lazy, not getting comfortable. It's just doing your job down in and down out. That's just the biggest thing. That's what we're chasing for. We're chasing consistency.
I know you guys all have respect for each other in the NFL, but he does turn the ball over. He will make mistakes if you get to him. How important is it to get that rush in there on Kirk Cousins?
I think, honestly, the goal first is always to stop the run, I think that's our goal, stop the run first, because, they actually have a great running back, and they have a great scheme. And then I think we have to earn the right to rush the passer. And, like I said, we just got to take it one down at a time. That's kind of our mindset. Stop the run, then let the chips fall where they may. And obviously, we have great pass rushers. We have Morgan Fox, Joey Bosa, Tuli, Mack. The rest we'll be seeing. We just got to take it one play at a time. Just be consistent.
In most sports, they say your best is when you're relaxed and playing loose and free. But in being 0-2, is there a tendency a player might tense up or get a little too tight, or
No, I think there is an expression of you want to be loose when you want to go out there, but also you don't want to be too loose. I feel like there's a fine line. Just like in anything in life, too much of anything ain't good for you. So again, we're just chasing that consistency all around, down in and down out. You know, it can't be first quarter we're playing good, second quarter we're playing great, and then third quarter we, you know, give a big run or big, you know what I mean? It's just, we're just chasing that consistency, and being able to close out when we need to, you know, being able to use our personnel and have the guys that we have and not make those big time mistakes that we made that kind of cost us the game in previous the last 2 weeks. And that's it. It's just consistency.
How do you try and prevent that?
I just think it's just discipline, you know, and that's kind of what I talked about earlier. It's just about the details. I really believe it's really about the details. It's really about not getting relaxed, not feeling like, oh, we're up, you know, we're up 10 points or we're up this, you know, and kind of, you know, having your eyes maybe not in the right place or having not shooting your hands at the right place or not looking at the right key, you know, because you're feeling like you got it, you know, we got it, because we're up by 7 or we're up by 10. It's just always just being hungry and always striving to just execute our fundamentals to the highest detail and locking in on that for all 4 quarters, and then after the 4 quarters are done, then we could relax, and then we could celebrate. And I think that's the thing we're chasing, you know. And we have the talent, we have the coaches, we have everything we need. It's just about putting it out there day in and day out. Or, my bad, not day in and day out, but come Sunday.
You guys could be 2-0. So what's the mindset right now?
Yeah, I think, honestly, we're staying together. I feel like we're really confident. We know these past 2 games didn't roll our way, but there's still 15 games left. So I think we just got to approach it 1-0 each week.
What do you see when you look at the Viking defense on tape? You know, every team has great players in this league. They've given up some points, though.
Yeah.
They're not impenetrable.
Right, but one thing you do have to realize, especially in this league, is teams make adjustments. They see what they haven't done well the past couple of weeks, and then they're going to adjust, and they're going to come ready. So I feel like when you're watching tape, you know, I see them playing really hard. They're physical, they're fast, and they're going to get after it, you know. They got something to play for just like we do. So it's going to be a dogfight.
How difficult is it going against a receiver? Because according to like the next gen in analytics, he's one of the top receivers when the completion probability is like 50 or below.
Yeah, it's my first time going against him, so I'm not sure particularly, but we're here each and every day preparing to stop him in the offense.
Just what's been stressed in the secondary this week? Has it been more technique, leverage, combination of both?
Getting back to our technique and playing how we play. I mean, these first 2 weeks, that's not the product that we've been working towards. So this week we'll get back to what we've been putting our hard work into and hopefully put out a great performance.
Is it frustration or more optimism that things can be turned around?
We're optimistic that things can be turned around. It's only game 2, going into game 3, and we have a long season. We go into the film room after tough games like that, fix the things that we need to do, and come out better.
How much pride do you take in, you know, when you see the offense putting up 50-plus points and knowing that you guys are so close? Like, you just need. Do you take pride in needing to help them a little bit?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's our job. We're supposed to stop these offenses and give Justin Herbert as many times to get a crack at it as possible. You see the offense putting up points, so we got to hold up on our end and stop the offense.
How close do you think you are? What do you think that one little thing that needs to change, or are there multiple?
There's a couple of different things that we go over the film room that we have to come out and correct, and I feel like we're going to put it together soon.
Can you name off any of those?
Just getting back to the way we play. I mean, communicating, trusting each other, and going out there and putting out the best product.
For a cornerback group as deep as you guys are, how difficult is it when there's a bunch of rotating in and out to get in the rhythm?
No, I feel like it's an advantage. I mean, we got a bunch of guys who can play in defense, especially in the DB room, that keeps guys fresh and connected.